Hello, YouTube. This is Toyaruth with the Divas and the Details, and I am so sorry that I'm coming on here, number one, with shades on and filming from my car. I am now at the time of the day. It is about 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, picking up my kids from school, and I'm in the parking lot, and where I am positioned strategically so that I don't get trapped in this lot because they're at a very big school. I had to back in, and I'm facing like right into the sun. It's like super duper bright, so I had to put the shades on. But I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thank you. Surprisingly, I have some new subscribers in this last month, even though I haven't uploaded in about 3 months. Lots been going on. So I am still in grad school. I'm in the final semester, yay, of my Master's of Public Health program through the distance learning at the University of Missouri. I have since resigned from my position where I was working as a general dentist in a pediatric hospital in St. Louis, Missouri, because my husband got a career opportunity in the DMV area. So our family sold our home in St. Louis. We have since moved to Maryland. My husband is kind of hybrid, so he works from home a little bit of time, and then he goes into the office in DC. I am currently now a full-time student. I have been making preparations, however, to do a little bit of dentistry, and hopefully once I graduate, a little bit of public health, policy, health promotion, population health education. I have taken my diagnostic skills exam for dentistry so that I can get a license here in Maryland to practice. I'm licensed in Missouri to practice dentistry, but not in Maryland because that's not a state that touches my state. I did not get reciprocity, so like all your years of practicing, you can just apply and get a license in a different state. So it's been quite a process. I've had to take a diagnostic skills exam, which I passed. I had to get a letter from the Missouri Dental Board saying that my license is in good standing. I've never had any actions taken against me. I had to get my transcripts from the dental school where I graduated from over 15 years ago. I had to find my original written board exam scores from like 2006. It was crazy. And then I ended up taking what's called a Jurisprudence Exam, a law exam of the rules and regulations for supervision of dentists in their relationships with dental hygienists and with dental assistants, and our scope of practice for general dentists versus specialists and advertisement and stuff like that. And I got that notarized and mailed that off. So I'm waiting to hear back. Did I pass my jurisprudence? Will they accept my license? And then hopefully I can take on some shifts. Maybe it's like some tenant locum shifts, or maybe work part-time as an associate somewhere or at a neighborhood health center. I really am trying not to be full-time outside of the home because my husband travels for work. He does have to go into office. Cases are on the rise for this health issue that's happening in the United States. And so I don't want to introduce a lot of things back into our home. Our kids are in school. They're happy. They're able to get acclimated and transition. And I don't want to introduce anything to the home that would mess that up and make them have to stay home because they really have hit their stride and they like their new schools. And also, we don't have family here. So I have to be the one to drop them off and pick them up from school. Well, I don't have to be the one. They could ride the bus. I just don't want them to ride the bus. I enjoy that time getting to know them and finding out how their day is going, ask them questions, listening to music, laughing and joking on the way into school and picking them up to school, finding out how their day was. My oldest son is 16 years old. He is going to go to the local community college to take a driver's ed course. They don't offer driver's ed at his particular school here in Maryland. That was a thing back when I was growing up, that you took driver's ed your junior or senior year as an elective, but they don't offer that here at his school. But they do have some amazing courses at his school. So anyway, hopefully this time next year, he will be able to help me with pickups and drop-offs of the younger kids. My high schooler will be able to do that before he heads off to college. But that's what's been going on. I have literally had a cross-country move. I am full-time in grad school, and I just kind of was like selling a house, buying a house at a very hot market, in a very hot time of everyone wants to buy a house now. Everyone wants to, like, you know, not miss out on being a part of the American dream, and because they're spending more time at home, they want to sow a seed, I get it, into themselves and not be renting and things like that, and have maybe a larger space. So it was rigorous trying to find a home. We had a really very, very, very good agent. So if you're looking for someone in the Bethesda, Potomac, or Washington, D.C. area, I have a great person. She's amazing. Literally, if I couldn't physically be there, she'd Zoom me in. She'd meet my husband at unconventional times to show him homes. I could call her any time of day or night as if I was her only client. And she is just someone that I can see being just more than someone that I do business with, but a true friend. She was amazingly patient. And literally, I might have seen maybe like 10 houses in a 6-week period. And she found us our dream home. We closed on it in September of 2021. And then went through some renovations, because our strategy for buying a home in the hot market was not to go into a bidding war with people. We did that on one home, and we're so dejected and deflated that our best offer just wasn't good enough, because there was like 30 people at the open house and they had like 10 offers. Was that we would find a home that had the location that we wanted, the space that we wanted, inside the home square footage, and then the yard space that we wanted, and the distance from other houses that we wanted, with good bone structure. And then we went in and made some changes to suit our style, and then just to bring it up to date a little bit. And our first offer was accepted, no back and forth with the home. We got a very nice footprint, square footage for the price. And then we went in, made our renovations, made our own. And now I would like to say this is going to be our forever home, but you never know where life, God will take you and lead you, and you just have to be willing to move. So we have a very nice home that we love, that I hope to stay in for a very long time, but I won't say it's our forever home, because I'm open to wherever, life and the spirit will take us. So anyway, the renovations were done maybe like the first week in December. My kids finished school in St. Louis on December 17th. Literally on the morning of the 18th, we drove down. My brother, I love my brother. My brother and my mom. My mom was living in St. Louis in a different place that she was renting in her townhome, and her lease was up. And then my brother flew in from Atlanta, and he helped us drive. We had some pods that were meeting us, and we had a U-Haul hooked to my truck, and then he was trailing me in my mom's truck, so she wouldn't have to drive. She just kind of rode shotgun on the side of him and kept him company and kind of controlled the radio. And we made that 12-hour drive. Whew. And then he helped unload, and then he flew back. It was a thankless turnaround trip for him, so I'm forever grateful that, family just hunkers down and helps out and gets it done. Several times my husband flew in to just help empty out things from the St. Louis home in between like speaking engagements and work. He helped load the pod, then flew back so that he could be there for like an all-day work event. So it's just been like all hands on deck trying to get out of there. So anyway, needless to say, renovations were done the first week in December. I had ordered furniture like as soon as we closed in September, so some stuff came in December. We did still have some furniture that we were willing to keep from the St. Louis house. So luckily, with the 3 and 4 and 5 month windows, because I ordered the stuff while we were still kind of not yet closed, but just pending on the house, I, unlike a lot of people, didn't have to wait more months after I was in an empty house to get furniture. And then we actually got in on the middle of the night, early morning, the 18th, 19th, and then kind of spent 2 days sleeping and eating to try to recover. And so we were just kind of ordering like Uber Eats and stuff like that. And then my husband's like, we're going to go get a tree and then we're going to decorate. So then we ended up decorating the whole house. We had a wonderful Christmas with my mom and my grandmother. And it was a blessing. I was thankful. I couldn't believe that with such a tight timeline, we found a home, got it to our liking, renovated, and we were all together for Christmas, which was the goal. I just didn't know if we were actually going to get it done. And we got it done. So that is my life update, that I moved. I'm finishing. I'm in my last semester of school. The only courses that I'm taking this semester are my public health capstone project, which is like the culminating project that you do to show your worth so that you can graduate with your master's of public health. And I'm taking a health and human migration elective course, which has been very interesting, and I've loved it thus far. And so I have a much lighter load. I have been taking anywhere from 3 to 4 classes per semester. I took 1 class over the summer. Last semester, I took 3 courses, and I had my internship, which was about 15 hours per week. So it's been very rigorous. So it feels weird for me to wake up and be like, oh, I'm going to read just like 1 peer-reviewed article a day and maybe 1 tomorrow and 1 Wednesday, and then start my postings and my responses on Thursdays and Fridays, when literally I used to like read 3 and 4 things per day, peer review articles, chapters of books, and it feels eerily quiet now that I can wake up in the morning, to get the kids off to school, come back, drink a little bit of coffee, run on the treadmill, then eat some breakfast, do some quality reading where I'm not just like speed reading. I actually can read, take notes, highlight, and digest the material. So I feel like the quality of my commentaries and responses in the discussion forums and my papers are much better. I feel so bad for my professors who had me prior to this semester, having to suffer through my ramblings, because my work is much better now. So the goal, MPH, May 2022, do some tenilocums shifts for dentistry, general dentistry, or work part-time. I'm hoping for 2 to 3 days per week through May, and then after that, I want to go all in population health education, policy, health promotion, things like that. Yeah, so that's the plan. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, so the I don't know why I assumed that Maryland was more of a southern type of weather. Since I've been here, we've had some 19-degree days. We've had snow 2 or 3 times. I will say this, though. It is southern in the fact that Maryland is not equipped to address the snow that they have in St. Louis. Schools wouldn't really shut down until we had like 6 inches or more of snow. You would trudge through the snow. They would put the plows out ahead of time. They would put salt out ahead of time, and you would just function. There's snow there, but you got to go to school. There was literally like 2 inches of snow, and we were out of school like for 2 or 3 days when we first moved here. And the kids were so upset because they were like, we have to get in these schools, Mom. We have to get to know friends. We don't want to be pariahs. We want to like build relationships, and they are not having school because there's a little bit of snow. But then they went outside and played in the snow, and they had fun, so then they forgot about it. But anyway, I wanted to say I have naturally super duper oily skin. Like, wash my face, do all my treatments, and within a few minutes I can feel the oil breaking through right here on my forehead and on the sides, and sometimes like into my cheeks. I also find that I don't have like dry patches. My skin is generally like super oily or normal in the wintertime. My skin has been on the drier side here, and my lips have been very dry. So I've been trying lip products. So I just wanted to share this with you. This O'Keeffe's night lip treatment, and I don't care that it says nighttime. I use it all throughout the day. It has a very light vanilla smell, and that is the consistency, nice and thick. When I put this on, it just makes me so happy. It goes on smooth. It doesn't coat your lips like, and this is not hating, but like a Vaseline or petroleum and sit on top. It feels like while it is protecting the outside, it also feels like it's going in and truly moisturizing the skin. And this is super duper cheap. If you don't can't find O'Keeffe's, I do like the Evolution of Smooth, these little things. And this one is in the shade Vanilla Sugar Cookie. It smells amazing and it's super moisturizing. So EOS Balm, Evolution of Smooth, it looks like this, in Vanilla Sugar Cookie, are the O'Keeffe's. Thanks for watching. Here's my kids. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.